Well, hi, I'm Luke and I'm part of the Winchester Prison Support Group, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what's been happening at Winchester Prison. Well, God's been doing amazing things and it's really clear that His Holy Spirit is at work. The services are just amazing. There's worship with singing and Bible readings. There are testimonies and baptisms. What else is happening? Well, visiting volunteer Christian chaplains. This is a real answer to prayer. In the last year or so, we've seen more people coming forward to volunteer, and we're now able to provide visiting chaplains on the wings, talking with prisoners and with staff through every working day of the week. What else has been happening? Well, Alpha. We've run a rolling programme of Alpha on the wings. It's great in prison because everything is laid bare. There's no pretense. And the people who come along, they just want to know about Jesus. Well, that's enough from me, and I'm going to hand over to David.
So, hello, I'm David, one of the volunteer chaplains from Christchurch who works at the prison. I'd like to tell you about two men, and they've got three things in common in their stories. Firstly, they just met God sovereignly. We came along later. Secondly, we've been able to connect them with a local church. And thirdly, there was a bit of a milestone this week. So if I take the first man, he's a bit older, drugs, alcohol, lost wife, still angry when he arrived in Winchester. But then over a couple of months, somehow he thought this isn't working. And when I first met him, he said, "David, I've been going down the wrong road. I just need God." And so we talked. He said he'd forgiven his past partner for her part in the difficulties. And so I said, "Do you want to get in contact with the church?" He said yes. And so the good thing is that we have been able to make contact with a church in his area before he's up before the judge this month. Second story, younger man, absolutely distraught. False accusations, he believes, from members of the family. So ended up in jail, not allowed to speak to his pregnant wife, absolutely worried about her and distraught over what's been said. But already he said, "David, I know I've got to forgive these relatives, but I just can't." I was able to say, well done, you've made the choice to forgive. Stand in that and ask God to help with the emotions. They'll come along sooner or later. He took that on board, and immediately he was asking for a Bible. He was doing daily notes. He went to the Bible study on the wing, and the following week he was quite transformed. Last week we settled a few things and checked out his story and encouraged him. And then the last wonderful thing was he said, "David, I want to be baptized." What a morning.
Really, in all of this, I think there are two key things. The first is prayer. We can't pray enough about this, and we're so grateful to all of you who are praying regularly for this. Please do continue to do that for the work of the volunteers who are in the prison, for new people to step forward, for the staff and for the prisoners and for their family. And I think the second key thing is for volunteers. We've seen amazing developments in the last year to 18 months with people stepping forward and just walking in humble obedience with Christ and serving in all sorts of different roles. And if you want to find out more, we have an email address. We already have over 80 people connected with the Winchester Prison Support Group. So please, here's our email address. If you want to know more, please drop us a line and we'll be back in contact with you.